The purpose of this video is to consolidate all the finance we've done in chapter 11. The first one we're going to do is a percentage increase. Increase 740 Rand by 25%. Now the method, so we're going to take the price, which is 740 Rand. We're going to increase, which is add 25%, and remember I said to you, let's always write it like that, then you will never get confused as to whether the percentage is a unit or part of the calculation. Okay, multiplied by 740. If I calculate that on my calculator, I will get 185. So 25% of 740 is 185. I'm going to add it to the 740, and I will get a total of 925. Always go and check that there has been an increase. So I started with 740 and I ended up with 925, which is an increase. Let's look and see what happens when we have a decrease. This is, you take the price, which is 520 Rand. Decrease is minus 40%, is 40 over 100. Multiplied by the price, which is 520. If I do this on my calculator, I'm going to get a value of 208, which I'm going to subtract from 520. And when I do that, I get an answer of 312 Rand. You can write it like that or with the zeros. Again, please check that this is in fact less than what you started with. Let's look at the next one, percentage change. This is the difficult one. How do I know it's a percentage change? Well, it will tell you, calculate the percentage change. So either the question is going to say percentage change, or it will tell you percentage increase, calculate the percentage increase, or calculate the percentage decrease. Now, when our answer is a percentage, the answer is going to be a percentage, and it's very easy to be able to turn that into new minus old over old multiplied by 100. Or you can say, oh no, this is the difficult one, which of course you're all going to get right. Let's have a look at that. So the petrol price changed from that to that. The first thing you've got to identify, so this was the old price because it went from that to that. That is the new price, and I always say that these two come at the end. It must be the same value. So let's do substitution into that formula. Our new price, so go and sort out these things before you start your calculation. So our new price is 12 Rand 10. I'm going to subtract 12 Rand 65, and I'm going to divide by 12 Rand 65. Now here I multiply by 100, and I want to write percentage like that because in this case it is a unit, it is not part of the calculation. If I do that on my calculator, I will get a value of negative 0.55, and you know from integers that you can get numbers like that, divided by 12 Rand 65, and I'm going to multiply by 100%. Is my unit. When I do that calculation, I get negative 4.347 and so on. I'm going to round to 2 decimal places. I look at the neighbor, 5 or more, let it soar, which means I have to add 1 on. So it's going to be negative 4.35. My answer, remember, is a percentage. So I must add my percentage sign there, which is a unit. Let's look at profit and or loss. So profit is when your answer is a positive number. So positive for profit, and a loss is when it is a negative number. And all you have to remember here, it's income minus expenses, or what you make, take away what you spent. So June spends 450.32 on baking goods to make chocolate cake. She sells 4 cakes at 55 Rand each. How much profit or loss did she make? So your keywords here, profit and loss. So I know profit or loss equals income minus expenditure or expenses. So my profit or loss is going to be, she baked 4 cakes and she sold them at 55 Rand each. So I'm going to have to go 55 Rand multiplied by 4, and that answer will give me 220 Rand. So she made 220 Rand, that is her income. 220 Rand minus, well, it cost her 450 Rand 32 to buy the ingredients. If I subtract those, you will get a minus value, and it's 230.32. Now remember, a loss is a negative number, so she made a loss of 230.32. Maybe she didn't use all the ingredients. Let's have a look at discount or sale. So you have to reduce the value by a percentage. So discount or sale is just a percentage decrease. You find a pair of shoes that cost $179.99. You see a sign that says sale, 25% off the marked price. What do we have to calculate? We have to calculate the discount and the sale price. Always go and highlight your keywords. So you have 179.99, 179 Rand. What is the discount? You've got to find 25% of that. The percent, so that's why we write it like that, because it is part of the calculation. And if I go and do that on my calculator, I will see that I get to 45 Rand. So that means I am going to put a 45 Rand back in my pocket because I bought it on sale. So the next thing we have to work out is the sale price. Well, our sale price, the original price was 179.99. I'm going to subtract my 45 Rand because I'm getting it for 45 Rand cheaper. And if I do that, I get 134.99. That is the discounted price. Let's have a look at VAT. So the first one we're going to have a look at, so the price was 456.28 excluding VAT. So there's no VAT on this. Calculate the price when VAT is included. So in other words, I'm going to have to add my VAT on. So my formula for that, I'm going to take the cost price multiplied by 1,15, or the price multiplied by 1,15. It is going to be 456 Rand 28 multiplied by 1,15, and I am going to get 524.722. I'm dealing with money, so I round to 2 decimal places. 5 or more, let it soar. 4 or less, let it rest. So I'm going to round off, so that's going to be 524.72. That is my price with VAT included. Make sure that this price is more than what you started with. So I've added a percentage onto that. Now here comes the tricky one. This price includes VAT. We want to find the excluding VAT price. A good idea is to have your price excluding, and you're going to have your price including. Good idea to learn this little diagram. And we are going to, so from here to there, I'm going to include VAT. So I'm going to multiply by 1,15. When I go this way, I am going to have to divide by 1,15. Why is that? Well, because the inverse operation of multiply is divide. So let's do this sum. My price is 369,09. I want to go to the price before that, so I'm going backwards. So I divide by 1,15, and I will get to a value of 320,947, and so on. Money's 2 decimal places. I round to 2 decimal places. The neighbor is 5 or more. Let it source. I have to add 1 on. That will be 320,95. So my price excluding VAT is going to be cheaper. Is this price cheaper than this price? Yes, it is. So I know I have, in fact, worked the correct calculation. The last one, we asked how much VAT is paid. Well, clearly your VAT amount is the difference between the inclusive and the exclusive price. So the price including VAT was 369,09. I'm going to subtract my excluding price, which I just worked out. It's going to be 320,95. And if I subtract that, I am going to get 48,14, 48 Rand 14. Remember, where does VAT go to? That is my VAT amount. That goes to SARS.